Good evening, YouTube friends and family. This is Laura coming to you with a very short video. Today, my friends, we live in a very volatile world, a world that's filled with chaos, calamity. The threat of violence looms over our head, war, sickness, disease. There's always that threat. And even the strongest person can feel the sting of fear. Even the strongest person can feel uncertain about the future. And there's no way to escape the calamity. There's no way to escape the disease or the threat of violence. There's no way to escape it. And so during these times of trouble, we may ask ourselves, who's going to protect us? Who's going to protect us during times of trouble? Right now, the eastern seaboard is being bombarded by Hurricane Florence. Those people are having to flee their homes and flee to another city or another state to higher ground. They're having to leave behind everything that they loved and cherished, all of their belongings. They're having to leave it behind because Hurricane Florence is coming in very fiercely. This reminds me of the story of Exodus, and this can be found in the book of Exodus. The entire book is about God's people, the Israelites, fleeing the Egyptians, the people who held them in bondage and oppressed them for over 400 years. During this time, God told them, you know what? Take everything that you own from cattle and then even borrow from the Egyptians, but flee this place of bondage. And there's something significant in this story, especially in chapter 13, verse 21 and 22. When they were fleeing, God became a pillar of a cloud by day in front of them and a pillar of fire at night behind them. And so I want to ask you again, my friend, who's going to protect you during times of trouble and calamity? And the answer is God. The same God that protected the Israelites from the front and from the rear is the same God that can protect you. He's still on the throne. He's still watching over us. He's still able to protect. He's able to care for us. He's able to protect us from danger seen and unseen. And he's able to see what's around the corner. As humans, we don't know what's happening from one moment to the next. We don't know what's around the corner. We don't know about our future. It's so uncertain. We don't know what's going to happen at the end of today. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. It's uncertain, but God does. He knows what's happened in the past. He knows what's going on right now, and he knows what's about to happen in the future. And so my question to you is, why not trust him? Why not put your hand in the hand of someone who can take a peek around the corner and know what's going on? He's more than able and he's more than willing to. A lot of times if we think back, there's been things in our lives that we thought we needed so bad or wanted. For instance, in middle school or high school, there was this guy or girl that we had a huge crush on, and we thought we needed them so badly that we couldn't live without them. And then 20 years later, you run into them in the store and you see that they're not doing so good. Or 20 years later, you look on the internet and they're in prison or jail. That was God protecting you. Sometimes when we're denied something, it's God protecting us and redirecting our lives to something better. He knew that this person was not good for your future. This person was not, he or she was not good for you, period. And if you had connected with this person, the outcome would have been devastating for your life. Your entire purpose would have been wiped out. So sometimes we have to thank God for denial. I mean, there are people that went to bed. Somebody went to bed last night with plans to get up to do something today, and they didn't wake up. So it's a blessing if you're alive today, my friend. It's a blessing to be here. That means that while you slept, God protected you from dangers seen and unseen. That disease that didn't kill you, or that disease that you didn't catch, that car accident that you avoided, or that it didn't take your life. That's God protecting you from dangers seen and unseen. We can't see everything. We don't know everything, but He does. And He protects us. He protects us. A lot of times we get so upset because someone rejects us or makes us feel unwanted or unimportant or not needed or not included, unincluded. But you know what, my friend? Look at it like this. That person's rejection of you is God's protection of you. And I'm going to say it again. It's His protection of you, and it's His redirecting your life to something better. So we don't need to get all bent out of shape over rejection or over the things that we thought we needed or had to have and that we didn't get. God's denial is always because there's something better for you. And so who's going to protect us in times of trouble? God will. So put your hand in the Master's hand and trust Him that He will protect you from danger seen and unseen. No one else. We can't put our trust in horses or cars or the government or our money or our homes. All this stuff is sinking sand. Put your hand in the Master's hand and trust the one that can protect you from dangers seen and unseen, and be grateful for that protection. Be thankful. So I think I'm going to end the video at this point. If you enjoy the content of my YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share. And as always, until we meet again, bye-bye, my friends.